Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Variable Y Minute with your host, the Variable Y. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Welcome to the show for this week. I guess we are recapping what happened this weekend. A couple things I wanted to talk about. Number one, now everything can go back to normal. I don't have to cheer for Tom Brady anymore, which makes me a much better person. So that's great. And the Saints lost, which makes me an even better person. So that's great as well. So overall, you can say this was a pretty good weekend for your man. So with that said, let's get into what's going to happen this weekend, or at least what I think is going to happen this weekend. So we got Green Bay against Tampa Bay in Green Bay. Green Bay has looked pretty good for the past maybe month and a half, maybe 2 months. So I'm thinking that the Packers are actually going to be the team to beat going forward. So with that said, I definitely think they're going to get past the Tampa Bay. I say get past, like I think it's going to be close, but no, I think they're going to beat Tampa Bay, and I think they'll beat them pretty handily. Again, they're playing at home. They're playing in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers has been on a tear lately, and we see that even though Tom Brady has played great, and if I didn't say it before, let me be the first to say, hey, I was wrong. I thought dude was done. I thought that he looked good in the early parts of the season, and as the season wore on, his body started to fail him. He just was smarter than the average quarterback. But no, I see this year that he is actually still maybe even as good as he used to be. It's hard for me to say better because, I mean, we've seen a dude throw 50 touchdowns, but he's still just as good as he was 4 or 5 years ago. He's still just as good as he was before he turned 40. That's amazing. And it's amazing what he's doing right now. He's going to his 14th championship game, 13 in the AFC, and this one in the NFC is just remarkable. But with that being said, I do believe that Green Bay has the advantages. Green Bay is at home. Green Bay has been playing better. Green Bay has been in this offense for 2 years, whereas you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're just starting to come into their own just recently, and they've got a couple of injuries they're dealing with. So I think we're going to have Green Bay advancing to the Super Bowl on the NFC end. On the AFC end, this is where it gets interesting because you don't have Patrick Mahomes at 100%. So if he was at 100%, I would say, hey, Buffalo has done great and they've got a lot to look forward to, but it's still Kansas City's time. But that's predicated on a Patrick Mahomes that's at 100%, obviously, like I just said, and he's not. So I'm still going to pick Kansas City, but I say they're going to win another close one. I say it's going to be just as close as it was this past game. And while we're talking about that, while we're talking about this past weekend, a couple of shots out need to go out. Number one, Chad Henne. I didn't know dude was still in the league, to be honest with you guys. He got drafted a year after Matt Ryan here, or was it the year before? My bad. He got drafted the year before Matt Ryan here in Atlanta. So, is that right? I don't know. We'll look that up. But he's been in the league about that long, and he hasn't been a starter in maybe 4 or 5 years. In the last I heard, he was in Jacksonville. So I thought after that he was done, and he went back up to Michigan to do whatever he did before. But not only did he play, not only is he still in the league, but he actually was ready to play. He didn't look all too bad. He threw one ball that just floated up there and got intercepted. But after that, he showed a lot of heart. He showed a lot of guts, driving down, getting the first down, salting the game away, doing everything he was called on to do as the backup quarterback. So, got to give him credit for that. And then on the other side, I think I said this before, but if not, then I just have to give all the props in the world to Buffalo and their coaching staff. This is what you do when you have a quarterback who is just a raw lump of clay. You start to mold him and develop him into what you want him to be. Now, I'm not saying that every quarterback is moldable. I'm not saying that every quarterback is ready to be the face of a franchise. But I think that if given the opportunity, more of them are ready as opposed to them not being ready. And you see coaches and GMs just give up on guys way too early. And if you just give guys time to develop, if you just give them enough time to hone their craft, then you'll get a lot more guys like this who just have all that raw talent. You'll harness that talent, and then you'll get a gem, which is Josh Allen. Because right now, Josh Allen is amazing. Right now, Josh Allen is on that list of those next upper tier quarterbacks. He's on that list. You can't deny it. This is his third year in the league. This is his second playoffs. This is his first AFC championship game. He's an hour away from the Super Bowl, essentially. So, and all of that just came down to Buffalo doing their own development, their own scouting, their own, working with him. They're doing everything that they needed to do to get him to where he is right now. That's all Buffalo. And Josh Allen. I'm not trying to take anything away, take that away from him. That's on both of them. Unlike what a lot of teams do, Buffalo found their guy. They worked to develop him. They accentuated his positives and eliminated his negatives. And if more teams did that, I think they'd be better off, to be honest with you. And I think we wouldn't have as many quarterbacks who are busts in this league. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dope sitting over here in my own room doing my own show because nobody else will give me a show. So there you go. But hey, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight here on YouTube at the Variable Y Minute. Please, please, please subscribe to the show. Drop me a like. Drop me a comment. I respond to comments. Even if they're negative, I still respond. I responded to the dude who was telling me I didn't know what I was talking about when I was talking about football, and I told him that Carson Wentz is just a guy. And lo and behold, look who was right. And the dude has never responded back. I mean, come on, dog. It's all love here, So hey, whatever. But please, like I said, like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. I respond back. Leave comments if you want to talk about anything else, you want to hear anything else. Catch me over on other forms of social media. You can catch me on Instagram at Variable Y, and all together. And you can catch me over on Twitter at _variable. But until we meet again, this has been the Variable Y, and I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you.